The mountain awoken me from my sleep and whispered,
"Come and stand tall against me and feel the freedom of the endless sky."
I decide to travel safely toward it, staring among it as I drove closer. Its rugged slopes signaled for me to get out, from which I was safe and comfortable, and with a bit of nervousness I took a deep breath and walked closer to the beginning of the path of this enormous mountain. The mountain whispered through a light breeze.
"You have asked for your dreams to become your reality. You must take the hike of this mountain alone to the top to reach the goal of your life."
I felt as though the mountain was waiting for me to make the decision to either make this enormous hike or do what's easy and turn away. I did exactly what the mountain asked. I stood tall against it, staring above at the unlimited sky. My eyes was then focused on a bright sign that blinked the words, "This is your life." I immediately started to hike towards the top. Then suddenly I tripped from something unknown. Twisting my ankle, I fell to the ground. The breeze from the mountain took a moment and massaged my injured ankle, whispering,
"Be not anxious for anything."
A few moments later, I stood quenching from the pain of my ankle and continued to walk slowly until the pain slightly disappeared. I walked through some difficult terrain, and obstacles were presented to detour me from the path I was on. I stood staring upward, unable to see the peak of my goal, while resting a little so that I may gather the strength to continue. The mountain whispered,
"At this moment, you have reached some unyielding peaks. Be not afraid, and not to worry. You need these peaks to strengthen you, to continue through. Take deep breaths. Keep your attention towards your goal. You must persevere through these peaks. These peaks are designed to assist you to lose the weight of some areas of your past. I promise you will gain muscle and newfound energy to carry on the steps toward your goal. Listen within you. Hear the beat of your heart, to keep the belief of yourself, to stay encouraged of what you desire for your life. Yes, you are in the midst of some grueling moments. Take this time to break and hug yourself with words of motivation so that the fatigue of your soul will not deceive you to quit. Yes, I understand the tears that falls from your eyes is due to the material possessions you have lost. But those possessions you have packed for this journey is meaningless for what you have asked for. Cry and allow your soul to gain the freedom of what you lost. But don't allow the tears to drown you with regret to complete this extraordinary hike for your life.
The punishing force of the wind came from out of nowhere. It wasn't the breeze from the mountain, which I became used to. It covered the path, making it hard for me to focus. I crawled to a small branch ahead. I grabbed onto it and held it tightly until I was struck by a rock. I'm dazed for a few moments later. My hands start to weaken from the tree limb, keeping me safe from the punishing force of the wind. I beg to myself to hold on to this branch with every ounce of strength within me. Then suddenly my attention is now focused by an unknown growl hidden around the curb of this mountain.
Keep fear away from your thoughts. It will only make the journey heavy to continue to reach your goal. It will cause you to bring into question what you asked for.
I stood to face the unknown growl, alone on this mountain. The mystery of not knowing what I will face around the curb of this mountain caused me to hesitate in moving forward. I had to make a decision to either keep going or run in fear of what I was about to face. I stood against the mountain and thought about every grueling moment I fought through to make it to this point. The only person who will feel regret of not finishing would be me. So, I took a deep breath and grabbed a stick to defend myself and slowly walk around, glancing at every bush that moved from the wind to the boulder of rocks indented within the ground.
With your courage to continue, keep ahead and keep your thoughts fresh with clarity, along with inhaling the breeze of the calming air that surrounds you.
Every step I take is taken with caution to protect myself from the mystery of what had growled before me. Suddenly, my eyes were able to see to the summit of my journey. And moments later, I reached the top of the mountain. A smile covered my whole face as I celebrated the victory of my goal.
Your success doesn't come by making it to the top. It comes from the maturity of your soul, from each grueling moment you successfully conquered to make it. Glance back at every grueling moment you endure and the belief in which you manifest for you. And now that you have made it, embrace the comfort of relaxation of your spirit with loving your life. Take a deep breath, and at this moment, be proud of yourself, for your dream of your life is now your reality.
A few years later, I was at a restaurant and overheard the waiter and costumer talking. The waiter asked the customer while refreshing his coffee,
"Sir, are you all right?"
Every morning, I am awakened by a voice, and it calls itself the mountain.
The waiter smiled with confidence in his response.
"No, sir. The voice, it isn't the mountain. It's God speaking within you, reminding you to go after your life. Years ago, I heard the same voice and thought it was a mountain, and took the hike, then realized on my journey, it was God telling me to go after my dream of owning my restaurant and to continue to make a magnificent life for myself."
Colossians 3:23-24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving.
Mixed Emotion is a collaboration of short stories solely created from imagination for entertainment purpose only. In the event these stories may reflect some incidents of reality of any person's life or situations of any institutions, is not intended but coincidental. Enjoy the fiction stories of Mixed Emotions by VG.